When did money start growing on trees? Money started growing on trees when countries decided to start printing their currency on paper because paper comes from trees. That was a terrible joke, but money is not a funny thing for many people. Now I'm going to say something that's very controversial. From my 33 years of observation on this planet, I believe that people, for the most part, worship money. And when God or Jesus talks about how you cannot serve two gods, he quickly identifies that second God as being money. You cannot serve both God and money, but that doesn't mean that you should be irresponsible with your assets. This video is going to be about 5 simple disciplines that you can do to ensure that you are not only financially independent, but that your money actually works for you rather than you working for your money, which is what most people are doing. My first rule is very simple. Save 20% of everything that you make. And I mean net, so after taxes, after everything, the income that you make from your paycheck, put away at least 20% of it and don't touch it. Why is this important? Well, for one, you never know when you need to access emergency funds. Things can happen, COVID can happen, and suddenly you can find yourself having to take care of a loved one. You want to be able to have a fund, a rainy day fund where you can take care of those people. The second important reason is that investment requires capital, and if you don't save any money, you will never have any capital to invest. Which leads me to my second rule. My second rule is very simple. Make passive income. What is passive income? Passive income is the money you make while you are sleeping. I know that sounds crazy, right? It's like, well, what do you mean, Chris? How can you make money while you're sleeping? But believe it or not, most successful people have passive income. You see, there's a number of different ways to do this and different places you can invest your money. You can invest it in the stock market. You can invest it in fixed income, which are like bonds. You can buy property and rent it out. You can even just give a loan to someone and yield interest from that loan. All of those would be passive income because you're not actively doing anything to get the interest on the return of the investment. The one thing that I will note here is that the higher the potential return of the investment, the higher the risk as well. So if you invest, let's say, in the stock market right now, which it's hard to say whether it's a good time to come in, but let's leave that for another discussion. There is a chance that yes, in the long run, you will most likely make a good yield on your investment, but there's a chance that you can check it and it will be down, and you have to be comfortable with that. And one way to mitigate your risk is to split up your investment in different asset allocations. So you can have a part of it in stocks, a part of it in bonds, a part of it in property, whatnot. But the important thing is that you'd put aside money that you saved, which was rule 1, and that now you're using that capital to make interest and money back to you. Rule number 3, avoid depreciating assets. So what are depreciating assets? So first let me define what an asset is. Many people don't really take their assets into consideration, but all of them have value. You have more than just the physical money that's in your wallet or even in your bank account. You obviously are looking at this from your phone or your computer, so that computer yields a value. But not all assets retain their value the same way. For example, if you were to buy a car, the second you drive that car off of the lot, unfortunately it's worth substantially less than what it was when you bought it. And this would define that asset as a depreciating asset. So the best of your ability, try to avoid depreciating assets. Try to instead invest in appreciating assets. Many of them do exist, surprisingly. And of course, you also want to avoid consumption spending because that depreciates entirely. And this would be like if you go to the club and you want to impress people around you, so you pop the bubbly, I don't know what kids say these days. Or even if you go to Starbucks and you buy a cup of coffee, when you're done drinking it, you can't really sell that coffee cup for anything. So it's really worth nothing. So try to avoid excessive consumption spending as well. Rule number 4, don't love your job, love the opportunity your job gives you. There's a big difference. Loving your job is great, but it's not the most important thing. What you should love is the opportunity that your job gives you. This comes in a lot of different ways. For one, does it give you the opportunity to be passionate? Do you believe in the mission and the vision of the company? And then 2, if you believe in the future of the company, then obviously as the company succeeds, so will your position within that company. So it's important for you to be invested in that company because you believe in the work that they are doing. In the wise words of Simon Sinek, working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. In both instances, you work just as hard. Rule number 5, don't compare yourself with others. Compare yourself with who you were in the past. Wealth is relative. So you can't always be comparing yourself with someone who is richer than you or poorer than you. In fact, most people have a tendency to only compare themselves with people who have more than them. And that's completely the wrong perspective. The feeling of wealth is relative to you. So if you have expensive habits or standard of living, it's going to be difficult for you to ever actually feel rich. So the important thing is actually to make sure instead that you're only comparing yourself and your earnings financially or whatever it is that you do, your net worth, with who you were in the past. That's the best way that you can actually feel growth in terms of your abilities to gather and generate wealth. There's a quote I read that I always live by, and it's that winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. Okay guys, that's all I have. Those are just my 5 quick tips for different disciplines that you can do to ensure that you have a secure financial future. If you guys like more videos like this, please subscribe, and if not, that's okay too. Get some rest. Good night.